We've got a bit of a gathering of cows in the pen. Now then girls, what are we up to? Somebody coming to see you to get all the curly toes done. We've one or two that are just curling a bit and they just need tidying up. We try to do them on a regular basis, but poor lad broke his knee, foot trimmer broke his knee, so he's only just back working again. And I think he's bringing a pal with him to help him trim feet. But hopefully he's back in good health. So we'll see what he's like this afternoon when he arrives. That's why these girls are in the back pen. Robot's sorting them all out. We set the robot up for the cows that we want to separating out, and what it's doing as they milk it, I set it so it milks them once and then puts them in the back pen, and it only separates them out once. Till about I think it's about 5 o'clock this evening, and then after that time it will revert back to normal. But by then foot trimmer will be here, so we're only separating them out of the herd, you know, out of the whole herd. I think all the girls are down there. Out of the whole herd once, put them in the back pen, and the robot will sort them all out for us. So it's less stress for farmer, and it's a less stress for cows as well. It just separates them out and puts them in the back. Just a case of sorting your cows out. And then with curly toes, what I call curly toes, you know, when they start to curl a little bit, we try to get on top of them, but sometimes they get away from you. And anybody else who's lame and got any sores, foot trimmer will hopefully sort them out for us. But they're all looking all right, they're very quiet. It's lunchtime just at the moment, and I think they've had their lunch. And this girl here, she was partying a little bit last night, so she's having a bit of a lie-in. But they're all looking good, they're all looking quiet. Just how we like it. Okay, let the madness begin. Okay, TB testing dates are 4-year TB test. It's just something we have to do. We're on a 4-year zone here. So Ministry Vets arrived. So it's a day we're not sort of looking forward to, but we have these things to do. So we do a first test today, which is Tuesday, and then a return on Friday and recheck all the tests that he did. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we should get a clear. But only time will tell. Okay, it's going to be a nightmare with 209 animals to test. That's clipping the necks, doing the 2 injections, and then a return back on Friday to check them all over. So we'll just get on with it. I'm not going to film much of it because we don't want to upset the vet, of course. Obviously, this is their workplace now, and we'll do that. But I'll keep you posted as we get on with it. We'll just get through them all. It's going to be fun. Vet's just leaving now, so that's the first stage of the TB test completed. We've just got to wait till Friday now for the results. Fingers crossed, eh? For the delivery of sawdust, we go through it quite a lot this time of year. What is it's a waste product from one of the manufacturers, and they grind all the clean sawdust up. It's very clean. It's like what they get the raw trees in from the lumber yards. They trim them down. Make all wood products, obviously, and that's the waste they get. But from the saw to do so much sawdust, that's a lot of wood. You must cut a lot of wood. I don't know which mill it is. I think it comes out of Manchester. But anyway, what we'll do? Robot's ringing. It seems to have telling us it's run out of acid or chemical. So any of the chemicals We've got the paracetic acid in that one. That one for the brushes. The brushes here. It sterilises and cleans them. And then what it does then, it uses alkaline on one wash and acid on another wash, and it does it alternatively, but it does that twice and does that once. Noise in here, that's a vacuum pump. That creates the suction. So when the clusters are on the cows, and these clusters are on the cows, and that causes the vacuum, and on here, that number there is the vacuum level. So that's how much suction's on each cow. So that's what that's for. But it says this acid one's empty, but it's not. It must be a bit of a fault. Something not quite right with that. We'll check it over. Maybe it just wants priming. You have to prime it. So this is the little pump. We put it on that side and we press the little button like that to prime it. Put it back again on the side. Sorry about the noise, but that's the vacuum pump doing its thing. So I've primed it anyway now, so we'll see how it works out. We'll see if it still does it on the next one. But sometimes sensors go in the line, and it maybe not detecting chemical properly. So then it's a quick call to engineers. But we're pretty good at Lily. They're on the ball. And if it is a sensor, they'll be out in no time. I literally have no idea what I am doing. Okay, what this is, it's they call it somatic cell counter. It measures and monitors health at cows. It takes a milk sample and it monitors it and checks the cells in the milk, and it's really just monitoring cow health. But it must have had a faulty wheel. Engineers sent a new one, but I can't really see what's wrong with the old one, to be honest. But hey ho, engineer knows best. So I popped it in just as he said. We'll see if it works. I've had a brainwave, another fix. I would like to make improvements. Lily do what they do and they build the machines, but sometimes it needs a little bit of farmer input. Right or wrong, let us know in the comments, right or wrong, and what you think of my little fix. But what I'm going to do, that pipe there, you can see the dark bits in it, that pipe there is what feeds it, and it's the same size pipe that they use for model aircraft, for the fuel lines on the little petrol engines that they use. Well, I once came across a guy that was using a tiny little thing. I said, well, what's that? He said, oh, it's an inline fuel filter. So you're joking, so small? I said, yeah, it's a really tiny little thing. And what they'll do, they'll fit on that line there. And what that'll do, it'll allow us to catch the debris or any muck before it actually goes into the valve. So I'm just wondering whether it could actually work really well. So it just needs a trip down to the local model shop and get a couple, and we'll pop them on and see how they go. Right, back with these little filters. Tiny little things they are. That's how big they are. Tiny. What they do, they split like that, and they've got a little gauze filter in that end. Probably too small to see for the camera, but what we'll do, we've got one for each. We'll put them on on that rubber pipe, and hopefully they stop all the little bits going into the valves. And a bit of an experiment, really, more than anything. But I'll let you know how we go on. There we go. Be interested to see how how well it works. Simple little idea, no big deal, and then just clean it out every so often. And hopefully it will stop all the little tiny little bits getting in. Yeah, good fix that. I missed out here. On your way, hop, 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 hop. Woo, woo, woo. Right behind me. Simon has a few suckler cows and they missed a few ear tags. We're going to put some replacement ear tags in. And also they're a bit fluffy. Because we're bringing them in for winter, they tend to sweat. So we're just going to clip the backs out. So this one's lost both tags, it's getting a metal one in and a plastic one in. Go on, Chunky. So what Simon's doing is he's trimming the tails off, because we're going to bring them inside, and trimming their hair off. It's like taking your hat off, stops them sweating too much, and helps to keep them cool, stop them getting pneumonia and that sort of thing. So it's just helping cat animals to keep cool after they've been outside all the time. Because their hair's quite long, it's like having a fluffy hat on. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this hat off. And Simon will trim them up nicely. Hey. And hopefully it'll be a lot healthier for them when they're inside. We've got to bring them in now because it's just getting too wet. They're paddling up and making a mess. So, but they don't like having an haircut.
Neither do we look to you.
And neither do I. What do you mean neither do I, cheeky bugger?
Yeah, that's stuffy looking bugger.
Well, you aren't using them clippers on me.
Right.
It's like you only have had a haircut on a hot day. So it's trimmed all up middle out like that because the warmest point lets all the heat out and stops them sweating. Or helps to stop them sweating. It just lets the skin breathe a bit and stops them getting too warm. It's a lot more comfortable for them. Especially when they've been outside and then they come inside.
Not a very good family. Hey, I've been in there before.
Yeah, being suckler cows as well, you can put wormer on, but we can't do it with milk cows because there's a milk withdrawal on it. But because they're suckler cows and they're not going to be culled or to be killed as such, beef animals, so we can actually worm them. So we'll getting them all done. So these calves have done really well. They've been on suckler cows all summer since they were born in the spring, and they look outstanding. They've had no corn, they've had no concentrates whatsoever. They've just had mum's milk and green grass, and they've blossomed absolutely lovely. They're a cracking bunch. Head up, there we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm glad that's over with. We finally got through it. But what a day. It's just one of them days where everything's happening at once. The vet's gone now, and the results are in. Right, so the results, well, like I said, they've tested 169 animals altogether. Good or bad? Nah, it's all good. Seriously, yeah, it's all good. We've cleared our 4-year TB test nicely. Not a single reactor. No swollen lumps, absolutely nothing. Vet was extremely happy. So yeah, that's us passing by our 4-year TB test. So we just said to him, see you in 4 years, hopefully. I've been absolutely blown away with you guys. Absolutely unbelievable. Thank you. That's it. Thank you so much for the messages of support on the last video. That video, I walked out the house, I was absolutely furious. I pressed record and I recorded the whole thing in one take. The only edits I did is when I moved from location to location. And the message of support that came in with that video have been absolutely astounding. It's been unbelievable. The whole farming community has got to thank you, the general public, for your support and the warm messages. Remember, it didn't come to me, these messages that you put on my video. It goes out to the whole farming community, and it's all about your food at the end of the day. It really is. So right, I've got my ticket, I've got my train ticket. Let's get down to London. I'll take you with me. You can come for the ride. So what the next video will be like, let's wait and see. Stick around, subscribe, keep with us. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you in London. Just one more thing before we go. I've managed to secure a place in Church House through the NFU. Thanks guys for that. I think the protests need to be peaceful to start with. All putting us heads together and trying to get this sorted out. Once again, if there's anything you'd like me to ask the local MP on your behalf, put it in the comments below. Please be polite with your comments. We don't want to cause eruptions at this stage. It's got to be done diplomatically, and if you're travelling down to London, we don't want any silliness, shall we say. Please, I'll ask you personally, please keep it calm. There's a lot to sort out. They've certainly caused a rift on the food chain. It's not just farmers, guys, it's the food chain. So please, if you'd like me to ask the MPs any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll try and put a list together. And if I'm lucky enough to actually get to speak on behalf of you, the farming community and the public, so please drop your comments below. And okay, we'll see you in London.